Welcome to AstroEnergy with astrologer angel Shelley Overton. Hello and welcome to the February 18th edition of AstroEnergy. And my name is Shelley Overton. I'm an intuitive astrologer living in Orlando, Florida. And I am very happy to be with you today. We have lovely weather here in Orlando. I think it's around 60-something, but I could be off. It's actually really sunny and blue sky. There is not a cloud in that sky. And let me tell you, we earned that blue sky because it has been last summer and last fall were the rainiest I've seen in years. And my goodness, I am so over it. But unfortunately, we've got a lot of Pisces energy coming, and that's probably going to bring us some more water and liquid. And for you up north, snow. I hate to tell you, but yeah. It's coming, but 60 degrees. I thought it was a little warmer than that. It's only 60, but it's going to be a high of 49 degrees tomorrow. Just think about that. My dad told me today that Montana is going to be warmer than we are tomorrow. So that might make you all up north a little bit happier. So actually, it'll make me happier too because I like change of seasons. So, you know, living down here, I live here for family. So living down here, I miss the change of seasons. So I'm very excited for spring because that's one of my favorite season of the year. But anyway, my name again is Shelley Overton, and if you would like to get me off air, you can get me through astrologerangel.com. I have had to redo my every website I've had just about, and they're beautiful now. I'm very excited. It's still a little bit not completely what I want, but that overall they're done. And it's just a matter of linking things. So anyway, it's all good. I just put up a new blog today, which is a lot about what we're going to be talking about, which is the energy of Pisces, Aries, Moon, Venus, Mars, and yeah. So we should probably get going with that. And we're going to discuss Leo too. I cannot forget that because that's really important. So today, as of now, and this is interesting, we have a 29-degree Aquarius rising where I'm at. And you know what that means? That means that actually I have a sunrise chart. That's what that means. Oh, my chart program is set to sunrise. So at sunrise this morning, that was the degree of the rising sign, which is really interesting because that's also the degree of the new moon. So today at sunrise was exactly the degree of the new moon because, of course, sunrise is where the sun is where the moon is. So at sunrise, we see the sun, we see the moon. They're going to be at the same degree. So, okay, so we have a Leo rising now, of course, because it's almost 12 hours later. 14-degree Leo rising, which means Jupiter is just over the horizon, and it's 16 degrees Leo retrograde in trine to Uranus, which is at 13, and Aries. And so that's a really interesting energy. I was going to say lovely, but Jupiter is retrograde, so it means that he's kind of withdrawn. He isn't sure about his connectedness to other people, which is really what he wants. And we'll get into that in a minute when I talk about Leo. But Aquarius and Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, both are about detachment and the big picture and humanity as a whole and not individuals. So the two working together, we definitely have these issues right now of connectedness to your group versus are you connecting one-on-one? And generally with the Leo, and I keep getting into Leo, so I'm going to leave that for a second because I just want to talk about Leo and then it's going to kind of supersede what I have to say about the sign of Leo. So we'll bring that in when I do Leo. And okay, so we have Saturn in the lower part of the chart in Sagittarius right now, and he is trining Mars at 29 degrees Pisces and Venus at 27, and they're both about to go into Aries, which means they will be in a trine by element, and the element being fire, when they go in. So this is what I want to talk about, and this is what my blog was about. this afternoon, and check it out. It's under Astroblog. You can drop down the blog thing, and I'm looking around. I'm buying time. I'm looking for my notes, but I don't see it. So I guess, oh, here it is. Never mind. Right in front of me, of course. I just have the page folded, so I couldn't see it. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of back up a little bit. Monday, the moon entered Aquarius. So in the evening Monday, the moon entered Aquarius. Aquarius is about clarity and air energy, storms, and really bringing in a lot of energy. It's beyond a light bulb, which Mercury energy is. It's lightning. And if you think of lightning, when you think of Aquarius, it's such a great imagery because you never know when it's going to strike, and it's going to give you all it's got. And that's Aquarius. It's on board, it's 100% there, and it's very electrical. I want to say intense. It is intense. It has the power to change because it is about power. It's about electrical power, mental power, and really operating. If you think of air and electricity, water does conduct electricity, and so it can make it powerful even yet. But in and of itself, it's like static electricity, and it I don't know how to explain it. This is what I'm trying to get to. When you have pure electrical air energy, like Uranus or Aquarius, it is very clear. I can't even speak. Clear, and there is nothing getting in its way. That's what I mean by clear. There is nothing bogging it down. Like water at times can bog it down, even though it's a conductor of electricity. It isn't that crispness that Uranus and Aquarius have. So when the moon goes into Aquarius, it brings it out of the water and adds air to it and gives it that clarity. And it does that for the weather as well. I don't know what it's like where you're at, and enjoy it if you've got clear air, because right now we are about to go into Pisces with the moon. And so that being said, so moon was in Aquarius Monday night. It went through the sign of Aquarius and really wrapped up a lot of that energy, because we've had Venus go through there recently. We've had the sun there all month. Mercury was retrograde in Aquarius. All that electrical stuff that went on. And by the way, my phone was out during the Mercury retrograde. It would not plug in so I could make the sound louder, like to earbuds or anything. It's back working again today, of course. So, if you have things that weren't working during a Mercury retrograde, I always kind of wait till the end and see after it goes direct, was it just that glitch of the retrograde? And sure enough, my phone reacted positively after it went away. So going into Wednesday right now, I'm trying to see in order. We have the new moon it's going to be around 6, hold on, I'm trying to calculate. It's about 6:45, 44 this evening Eastern time. And then just after it goes into Pisces at 6:47. And so we have that burst right before it goes into Pisces, and it's like wrapping up that energy, and boom, now we're back into the water. And right on its heels, we have the sun entering Pisces as well. So we have the moon and the sun, the masculine, the feminine. It's there are so many, I don't even know where to begin. There are so many symbols of masculine and feminine right now, too, with Venus and Mars at the end degrees of Pisces, and now the moon and the sun going into Pisces. And then right after that, and I know I keep mentioning this, but to me this is a really amazing thing to see everything happen within a couple hours like that, having the sun, the moon, right on the end degrees of Aquarius. And then the next day, which is Thursday the 19th, we have Mars going into Aries. So Mars rules Aries, and he's going into Aries, so it's going to be a very strong out-of-the-gate start to the new moon. And then that's also Chinese New Year for all of you. Starts on Thursday, and it's the year of the sheep for those who don't know. And then the 20th, Friday the 20th, Venus goes into Aries at 3:05 p.m. Eastern, 12:05 Pacific. And then the moon enters Aries that night at 6:15. So it's going to be boom, 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 Pisces, Aries, Pisces, Aries. So that just means that we're going from, well, and then Aquarius too. It started out Aquarian at the beginning of the week, and it's Aquarian right now until the sun and the moon go into Pisces. So this segment of the sky in everybody's chart is probably what I'm going to be talking most about this show. And it's just, what it is it's wrapping up, again, the old issues, but bringing a new clarity. So the new moon at the end degrees of Aquarius is like, okay, now we're owning our truth. It's that clear seeing, clear knowing, clear cognizant energy, and we've known what it is now for at least a month, and we haven't necessarily owned it, but now it's time to own it. And then moon and sun go into Pisces and then bring it back into the emotional and back into the past. So this is a time where we are clear on what we want. We're moving into the new energy, creating plants, planting the seeds, creating something new, and then bringing in the element of the past, which is Pisces. It's karmic. It's relationships from the past, job connections from the past. Like wherever it is in your chart, it's going to be something coming up from the past that may be new again. Something old is new again. And I've got chills all over as I'm telling you about all this, because it's really amazing to me, the energy of the clarity, and then going into that connectedness to the one, which is Pisces. So Aquarius brings us from understanding it in a mental capacity, and then bringing it into Pisces, where it's let out into the atmosphere, and all the molecules disperse and become part of us. And that's really an amazing energy. It's oneness, it's faith, spirituality, it's higher thinking, higher knowledge and wisdom and spirit and faith. So we're going from the mental to the spiritual. And then right after it, Venus and Mars take us into Aries, and Aries says, okay, where are we going with it? What are we going to do? And of course, Mars doesn't like to think first. He wants to just act. That's his energy. He's about acting. And so he's going from Pisces, where he's been really pent up, wanting to do something, seeing an amazing vision, having dreams. I don't know if you have been really having these intense dreams. I have. And a lot of them are cathartic. They are about issues that, I thought of one this morning that I had when I woke up, right before I woke up. And now it's rather vague, but it did have to do with connecting to another person. And then every time I tried, I think it was like marriage or a partner for life, something like that. And every time I attempted to do something with it, I was thwarted. And I realized that that's an internal thing for me, and where I'm at, that I'm blocking myself on some level. And I know what it is, but I'm going to keep that to myself. It's just that energy of having the dream, and then now we're going to be able to make it manifest. So, and I also believe that this is going to be more of the week of Valentine's Day. Honestly, the energy, I think, is so much more conducive to Valentine's at this point, where Venus and Mars are going to be connected. The moon is going to connect to Mars, and Venus is going to connect to Mars. And believe it or not, this is really interesting. Venus is 27 degrees Pisces. Mars is 29. Mars goes into Aries. Venus goes into Aries, but the moon, which is way up there at the beginning degrees of Pisces, will actually conjunct Mars, meaning be right at the same degree, before Venus does. So the moon is going to fly past the sun, fly past Neptune, past Venus, and conjunct Mars, and then be off to the races to try and connect to Uranus. And then Venus will connect to Mars. So the first energy Mars gets in the next sign is the mother energy again. And it's taking action, and it's connecting to the mother. So if you've had issues, and this past week is a very strong mother week. So if you've had issues with your mother, I admit it, I had an issue with my mother, and now I am not speaking to her for a while. And looking at this, I'll probably end up speaking to her by the end of the week because Moon will be conjunct Mars in Aries, and that means taking action. And then right after that, Venus connects to Mars, and that's the energy of now it's coming in. Now it's going to get sown. The seeds are there. The connection between the masculine and feminine are very strong in taking action. So if you've been waiting for that guy to call you, waiting for something to happen with him, the end of the week, over the weekend, is going to be a fabulous time for that. Now, we have Leo. Okay, so I'm just going to stop with that for now because we'll get into a lot of that too with the other signs and planets with readings. But Leo is the fifth sign of the zodiac. He rules creativity, children, connectedness, interpersonal relationships, as opposed to Aquarius, which is the opposite, which is transpersonal and the collective. He is actually very much one-on-one. So Leo historically is connected to the lion. He is about the mane, the hair, and the presence. When a Leo comes into the room, they just own the room. They have to be the center of attention. And part of that comes from the need to connect. And if they don't feel connected or validated one-on-one, they go and present themselves to the room, present themselves to the world, and say, I'm here. Recognize me. I need to be recognized. I need to be connected to. I want to build a relationship with you. And if they aren't able to build that relationship, then they really do suffer internally. They feel down, depressed. And just like the lion with the thorn in his paw, he kind of gets sad and forlorn, and he really does need to connect to people. He needs to be validated in relationship. And he has a great amount of brightness to shed upon society. And it is a sign that even though it's not the midheaven, it is a sign that shines in the spotlight and is a point of fame, in my opinion. And he is the drama king. He brings contrast. He brings larger than life stories. And he is the storyteller of the zodiac. He loves to connect by telling the story. He wants the thread to go through and everyone to understand how it ended up this way, because, see, this came in and that came in. And it's really funny, you know, my mother's a Cancer, which is pretty pragmatic in some way. And then my father is a Leo who just loves to connect, and she never wants him to create a scene because she's very much the crab, wanting to just stay low, don't draw attention to herself. And my father's always out there talking to people, and he doesn't even leave a business without saying something to the clerk, or, you know, if he's in a restaurant, to the wait staff or the hostess or something. He's always finding a way to connect and talk. And so the Leo really loves that. They love being a part of something and being close that way. So they're good cuddlers. They're generous. They are big-hearted, and the heart is the part of body that is ruled by Leo. And they may have heart issues in their lifetimes, but it's because they really do come from the heart. So if their heart is hurt, then they can have issues with the heart. They have an amazing eye for contrast and drama, which makes them really great artists as well. And of course, they are the actors of the zodiac. So I think that they can be a little bit of the mischief energy. And so they're very childlike. Children just glom on to Leos. They love them. Leo rules children. And so if you find people particularly drawing children, you can almost bet there's some kind of Leo somewhere in their chart. So anyway, that's Leo. And we're going to take some calls now, if hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. So let's go to 207. 207, how are you?
Oh, hi, I'm fine. And yourself?
Good, thanks. Who is this?
This is Tom.
All right, Tom. What can I do for you today?
I'd like to know what this new moon means for me down the pike. My
Okay.
birthday is January.
Oh, I've got it.
January
27, 1959.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got you.
11:52.
I'm sorry, what year? Oh, 11:52 a.m. For a second, I thought you said it was a different year. No. Well, so the new moon falls right at the end degrees of Aquarius in your house of career. So it's affecting your Venus actually right now. And Chiron. Chiron's at 21, so it's a little bit of a wide aspect to Chiron. But definitely it's about doing what you love, but connecting to the masses. Like, you are a person who is a humanitarian. You have a sun in Aquarius and Venus in Aquarius. And on some level, I don't know if you were able to express that in your career throughout your life, but with this new moon and also the sun just over it, and then Vesta is also in Aquarius right now, there could be some issues coming up for you at work or in your career where you haven't necessarily gotten your, like you're not connecting, or there's some kind of detachment going on to a person, probably a female figure within your career. And you also, the moon and Venus right there, and there's definitely some male-female energy and probably mother-son even, I would venture to say, especially with Jupiter down in your house of home and family right now on your Uranus. So, and that, of course, Uranus rules your career. So there's definitely the family dynamic going on, and then something going on with the woman. And so that's really kind of a key issue for you. And then the moon and the sun go into Pisces, which will put them right there in conjunct with Neptune. So I think that is giving you like this draw to go and trust your intuition. I mean, I know that you're really amazingly spot on with relationships and what's going on with relationships in the workplace, in your career. But then it's going to bring, the sun and moon are going to bring it back into that. I know there's something going on, but I'm not necessarily clear yet. And again, it's the dream energy. So really what it's telling me is, what is your ideal family, work family, so to speak, your career family? What kind of people do you want to align yourself with in your career? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, well, it's going to be stronger, and it's also, like, because all these planets, the faster moving planets, we have Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars all in that sector, and they've been there for a couple months, it's been triggering these for you. And now, especially with Mars going into Aries, it's a culmination of, like, I'm seeing Mars will be conjunct Uranus in your house of commitment to work and also money from work. So I hope I didn't pull my headset out. Once it goes into Aries, it's definitely going to trigger this need to be on your own, quite honestly. And I even venture to say, if you don't pay attention, the universe may take care of it for you. So let's see. So you've had it already with, hold on, I'm looking for, so Uranus is right there at the end degrees. I'm trying to find Mars real quick here. Okay, so on the 10th of March will be a direct hit to Uranus right there on your south node. So I think this is something that you're really good at from a past life as well, and something that you need to really pay attention to, because I think it's who you are in some sense. You really resonate to the energy that's going on right now with having autonomy. I think I can hear that you're a really nice, sensitive person, and you're a caring person. So I think it's time for you to care for yourself even more, if you can do that.
I'll try.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to know?
Basically, that covers a lot.
It does.
What does it mean? What does it mean about Venus?
Venus, the transit of Venus, or your natal Venus?
My natal Venus.
Okay, natal Venus in Aquarius means that you may have a bit of difficulty really connecting on a one-on-one basis because Aquarius, again, it's a very detached energy. It's kind of like if you really the geek in the zodiac and the genius, and it's really, if you ever watch Big Bang, it is the men who are very smart and yet awkward socially. Venus in Aquarius really looks towards connecting on a mental level. So when you have all this energy right there in Aquarius, it's more about how can I pick it apart and understand it mentally and not as connected to the one-on-one. So in the workplace, you look for that mental stimulation and other people that have like the broader vision that you share. But with Venus transiting Pisces, and she's been there for a month, that's the energy of connectedness. And now she's in your house that Aquarius rules. So it's kind of like this mixture. It's a lot of steamy quality. It's like, I don't necessarily want to connect to you, but yet you're coming into my life, and here you are again. And it is, the people are coming back to you from the past, and they're going to continue to do that. And that's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the show, that you may have jobs come back from the past, or another coworker, a woman coworker, or someone in your social circles come back in and connect, or has been back in, and something may go to the next level, either within work and career or even personal. So, once Mars gets into Aries by middle of March, there's definitely this, Aries is about sexual drive, it's about assertiveness, it's about autonomy with Uranus in Aries right now. Very much, there's a certain loner aspect to it because they just want to get it done and want to do it and not be bogged down by other people and their emotions. And that's kind of the difficult side of what's going on right now, is we're emotional with all the Pisces, and we're going to continue to be that way for the month of March with the Pisces energy. And then after that, by the end of March into Aries and April, it's going to be all bets are off. It's going to be like go, go, go. There's so much going on, and I wouldn't be surprised if you are into the next phase of your career by then.
Oh, good. Good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, it looks good.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And
it's
you
my
enjoy
pleasure.
your weather.
Thank you.
I'm not enjoying mine.
Oh, well,
Okay.
try to, because everything has a benefit somewhere.
That's true.
So take care. Thanks for the call, Tom.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, I'm going to take one more call before our break. And it's 510. Hi, 510. Who is this?
Yes, hi. This is Camille in California.
Camille in California. Long time no talk.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. What can I do for you?
Okay, I am wondering what is up for me as far as money, finances at this time.
Okay, money and finances.
Yeah.
Okay, my ice cream truck's going by. I think he comes every Wednesday at the same time.
How funny.
Okay, so Aquarius Pisces falls into your second house of money and then into your third house of communications, okay? So,
right.
Yeah, you've got Mercury in Aquarius in the house of money. So really it's about detaching from the details of, well, I shouldn't say that because the Aquarius energy cannot detach from the detail. But they are detached and they're much more focused on the big picture. And you have moon in Aquarius as well. So you've got a moon return, so to speak. It happens every month. But within 6 degrees, you just had it earlier today, you had moon right where it was in your chart, Aquarius. And Vesta is there, so there's something about the home going on with you and possible detachment from some aspect of the home and the materiality of it. And then Mercury, of course, is also right there transiting, going, okay, I've got so much stuff going on. I wouldn't even be surprised if have you been having a difficult time with your electronics, especially with the Mercury retrograde, specifically you, because this Aquarius energy is right there in possessions?
Not necessarily electronics, but I had some difficulty with, manifesting money, so I'll just say I need to manifest funds for some other bills. Not an electronic bill. Well, so it's just like money, but not necessarily electronics, although I know some friends who are having a lot of problems with it, a lot of problems.
Right. Okay, well, that's good. Actually, Mars going into Aries is going to be good for you. If you're looking to manifest, it'll be about selling. And
okay.
I don't know if you own any housing or property, but
I do. I own a house.
Mars on top of Uranus, 1 degree off of the cusp of your home, is saying, to me, it's like sell it. I don't know if you feel that, but I would say if you were thinking of doing it, I would say by March 10th would be a really great date to put it up for sale if you had any inclination to do that.
No.
If you don't, I think that there is also... Now, are you in a relationship?
No.
Well, I think that you've got something coming this year, and I think it's going to be really strong, and there's going to be some kind of partnership going on for a career as well in about, I would say about a year and a half. It's going to be coming in, but definitely Jupiter on Mars just over the cusp of commitment tells me something's coming in too for that as well, for romance of some sort, or you may meet someone, probably in the work or a medical environment because it's in Virgo, when Jupiter gets to Virgo. And you've got Mars in Virgo up there too. And also, it could be something for education. So these are all the aspects. It's in the house of higher education, and it's in Virgo, so there's some medical things. And Jupiter rules that house, so you're going to have Jupiter in the house it rules. So I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go back to work or go back to school for something, or learn some type of medical procedure, like alternative health, or it doesn't have to be alternative. But, it could be a health aspect of some sort going on with that right there. That's also going to be a huge time for money. At the end of the year, right around September, really big work aspect for you. It's like, okay, now the work's coming really like crazy. What's going to be happening anyway with Mars? When Mars gets into Aries, a lot of things are going to be happening at that point as well. Okay, remind me of what you do for a living.
I am a hypnotherapist.
Okay, I thought it was in the metaphysical, spiritual. I don't even know what to call that realm. I guess life coaching or health. I don't know what it is.
Hypnotherapy, life coaching, yes.
Okay. Oh, and so the other part of it is Jupiter's in your house of joint finances, and he's also in Leo where your Saturn is. So your Saturn is, it's in the house of joint finances. So I don't know if you've been having, have been thinking about connecting to another person or some type of partnership for your work, which is also something that you tend to really do well with. Having Saturn in Leo, for one, you need to connect one-on-one. You really enjoy that connectedness, and it's in the 8th house, which is Scorpio. Scorpio people need to merge, or Scorpio energy needs to merge is a better way to put it. So the combination of Saturn in the 8th in Leo for you, you have to have people around you in your career. So if you've been holding yourself up, pulling away, that's probably not the way to get more work for you. You're someone who needs to be in the spotlight, in the public eye.
Right.
And Jupiter retrograde right now has been really putting kind of a wrench in the spokes of connecting to people, because Jupiter retrograde is going to pull the energy back from the connectedness, and then he's in the 8th house, and so it's kind of that brooding, a little more brooding energy of like, I'm just not getting it. Like, this is the problem. You probably, if you aren't getting enough attention for what you're doing, you're going to suffer. You're going to wither. You need to be in the spotlight. But Jupiter, of course, retrograde is saying, it gives you the doubt, and then you withdraw. Mars in Aries is going to be helpful for you because he's going to be, well, number one, it's going to be triggering your Venus, which is desires, and it's in your house of money, and that's your safety, security. And it's in Cancer, Venus in Cancer for you. You have to have money. Like, I'm panicking. Where's it at? Okay, after Mars goes in at the end of the week, it's in trine to your Saturn, which is a really good energy, and it's going to bring spotlight. I've got chills with that, so I know it's going to really be beneficial to you, okay? And then Venus goes into Aries, which is going to be the money. So first off, you're going to get some kind of job, and then right on the heels, it's going to be the money, okay? And then that's going to make you feel better, and that will give you that little boost. I think it's going to give you the boost to help you make it through till April when Jupiter goes direct, okay? And then once Jupiter goes direct, you're going to get more attention. Pardon me?
And when does Jupiter go direct?
I think, gosh, you think I would memorize it by now, but I can't. There are just too many numbers floating around my head. So I want to say it's either this, I want to say the 7th or the 15th. So give me a second, I'll tell you. 7th. It's the 7th of April. And then on top of it, so what happens when Mars goes into Aries is it creates a grand trine between Saturn in the sky right now and your natal Saturn and Mars. And that's powerful. A grand trine with 2 Saturns and a Mars, it's about work and career and being in the spotlight, connecting to youth, taking action. It's new, fresh energy. It's right after the new moon. So I would definitely, I know a lot of times people put out the crystals on the full moon and everything, but for me, I think the new moon's really powerful as well, and put out your crystals for the new moon as well tonight, because you're planting seeds, and then, burn the paper with your intentions, because this is the time, especially in the next 2 hours, if you can do it, that's the time to sow the seeds and to create that intention for what you want, because it's a new cycle coming up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of stuff.
Well, one thing
it's coming. Go ahead.
And then just do it. Yeah, I have just got the okay that I can set up and start giving intuitive tarot readings at my neighborhood bar.
Awesome.
So as soon as I secure child care, which I have a lead on that, on a weekend, I can start doing that. I have someone helping me with my business cards who's going to help me this weekend. So I've got a lead,
That's perfect. And so really what it is you have that little bit of self-doubt going on with the Jupiter retrograde, and it's going to be getting better, especially the sun's going into Pisces, which is the intuitive side of what you do. Sun going into the house of, this is how I do it. The second house of any house in the zodiac is the money house. So the second house from the money house is where all the Pisces is. So when the sun goes in, you'll help communicate. It'll help you with what you do. If you're going to be doing tarot, that's fabulous. The sun and moon in Pisces, fabulous. And then Mars going into Aries is now I can sell, now I can work for myself. Uranus right there on the cusp of home and family and communication, and then Mars conjunct that is going to really bring you that power. And then it's going to be in opposition to your Pluto, so there's definitely this connectedness to, right now it's going to be more about autonomy, but it's life change. It's a shift. So, this is going to be a big year for you. I think you're going to be doing much more with your work, and I think there's going to be somebody coming in for you this year.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So it's exciting. Let me know how it goes.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
Nice talking to you again.
Okay.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to just take about a minute break here and be right back. In these days of stress, running around, responsibilities, we all need a little place to go to make it all better. Is that place sports, football, or maybe you like to garden, paint, or just listen to music? Wherever your happy place is, you can find a shirt or mug to reflect that happy place. At myhappyplace.rocks, we have a variety of lifestyle products, including iPhone cases, pajamas, and pet items, all with beautiful, colorful designs, which help us go to our happy place. Stop by on the web for great gift ideas for others and yourself. myhappyplace.rocks. Lenny Pickett appears courtesy of Random Act Records. Check them out at randomactrecords.com. Well, welcome back. My name is Shelley Overton, and you are listening to the AstroEnergy radio show on Blog Talk Radio. So, did you guys see the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary show this week? That was pretty cool. I was watching it here in my new home, and it was just really funny and really great to see all those people and, really connect to some of the characters again. I think my favorite is the cheerleaders. So, anyway, I was watching it too because the man who was just playing the music there in the ad, Lenny Pickett, is the musician who he leads the band on Saturday Night Live. So he's really a cool guy and an amazing musician. So I know I mention it every once in a while, but it's really cool. So let's go back to the phone lines. Oh, one other thing, if you could go on to my websites, angeliczodiac.com. That's another one that I have. And then also I've got Facebook pages, and I've got everything. I've got Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and Instagram, and Tumblr. So I'm everywhere. But you can connect to me on all those social media sites through my websites. And also, if you could go on and rate this show, this broadcast, in iTunes, that would be really helpful as well. Okay, back to the phones. So we've got 857. Hi, 857. Who's this?
Hey, Shelley. It's Keita. How are you?
Good. How are you? Tell me your name again.
Keita.
Keita. Is that the only name you go by?
Linda might be the other one.
Thank you. I know I've got to add. Is it K-I-T-A? How do you spell Keita?
K-E-D-A.
K-E-D-A. Okay, I'm going to put that in here so that I can have you. Okay, January 30th?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, we've got you. So what can I do for you today?
Shelley, wanted to take a look at work. My job is actually being phased out, so next week is my last week. And I'm kind of panicking, but I'm kind of not panicking. But It's a little bit of panic.
Don't panic. Mars going into Aries up in your house of career. It's going to be okay. This is okay. Mars is at 29 degrees, and there are only 30 degrees in each sign. So it's literally saying it's time to move on. And like I said earlier, if you don't do it on your own, the universe is going to help you. So that's what this is. So tell me what you would really rather be doing with your life than working for someone else.
Right. There you go. And that's the issue, is that I really want to launch my own businesses. There's a couple of different ones, but the main one is a marketing, event planning, and branding firm.
Perfect.
And there's some other ones, but I had an interview today that I just didn't go to, not because I don't realize I need a job, but there's a pattern that I keep repeating, and I don't want to repeat it anymore. The job ends, I need a job, I rush out, I take the first thing, and it just doesn't pan out, and I'm tired of doing that.
Well, don't do that. And, the new moon, it's literally directly opposite. Well, the moon in the sky right now is exactly opposite your Saturn. So the new moon is within 1 degree of your Saturn in opposition, and it's at the place just over the border from commitment to partner into the higher understanding of things, into the spiritual side of things, and really believing in yourself. It's the house that is ruled by Jupiter, which is the 9th house. And so it is about having faith in yourself. And I know it's such a difficult time with the Pisces energy because we lose our boundaries. We pick up everything from everyone, and we feel like we're floating and we have no direction. It's like trying to drive through Jello, and that's what Mars and Pisces is. Well, Mars is going into Aries this week, so we get out of it, and then guess where he heads right after that? Into Uranus. Like March 10th, he's going to be right on top of Uranus in your house of career, and Uranus rules autonomy, independence, and entrepreneurship in your house of career. I just yanked my headset off. That's how excited I am. So yeah, it's going to be good.
That the planets are kind of lining up for me to do.
Oh yeah.
So okay.
I'm telling you, if you're in a place of transition that's happening beyond what you would prefer to have, the universe is doing that for you. It has to. It's like you're not going to move unless you have a bomb underneath you. So go. Do it. That's what it's saying. Jupiter goes direct again April 7th, And then when he goes forward between, let's see, April 7th and right around August, he's coming up on your natal Saturn in Leo. There's a certain aspect of having, okay, and this is probably going to be part of what you're feeling now, is this, there's a status that you enjoy. Income brings you a status element, okay? Like you need a certain amount of fawning over because that's the Leo energy in your chart. It's in money. So you like having nice things. You like to show that you have nice things. And I think on some level right now that's really uncomfortable for you because Jupiter's retrograde. And he's like, oh, no, it's not happening the way I thought. Why, I can't do this. By late summer, early fall, it will be fine. As far as like your sense of income and monetary issues and everything, Jupiter on your Saturn, it's like, wow, that's like manifesting fortune. That's what that is. So, and then of course you've got
like we talking like Oprah money. Maybe not Oprah
I guess
money,
I'm going to say that's up to you. If that's what you want, then that's what you just make happen.
I mean like substantial income. It doesn't. Oprah money would be nice. Okay,
this is what I see for money and income for you. Number one, you have Neptune in Sagittarius, so Saturn's going to be going on top of that in about a year. Okay, so in about a year, you'll have Saturn, which is structure and authority and ownership, on top of your Neptune, which is your dreams. And basically the universe is going to be eking closer and closer to this, saying, are you making your dreams happen? And for you, very likely it's either an international dream or you're going to be traveling for what it is you want. And like, in other words, you connect to people from another culture, or you're going to go and travel, and that's part of what you want. The workplace for you, you really need to travel and connect to other cultures. That's Neptune and Sagittarius in your house of work.
What's funny is that I put it out in the universe that when I launched this marketing company, that I wanted to be international.
There you go. And you will be.
Yeah.
You just have to put your intention, and really, it's something I've been working with a lot lately, and the power of intention. And you just really, the power of intention only works when you just don't have any other choice. When it's like, no, it's this or nothing, because I've already been through every other alternative, and I really am not happy with anything else. It has to happen, right? It's like, no, this is the only thing in my life that I'm here to do. This is what I'm here to do. This is me and what I want. And again, I think that there's a little bit of mother issues coming up for you as well. And I think on some level we have asked or wanted permission from parents to do things, and this is the time where you actually say, see, the 29 degrees Pisces, think about it. If you think about the cycle of birth, when a mother gives birth, the very last minute that baby is not in the world, that is Mars in Pisces right now. It's the last moment before that baby is born. Okay? That is up there in your house of career. And the end of the week, that baby's getting born. And it's time to go forward and be autonomous, because Mars is saying it's time, it's done, moving on. And then it's going to be hitting Uranus, which is also power, personal authority, autonomy, and drive, and entrepreneurship. So it's like now it's time, okay? Mercury is going direct. He's at 4 degrees Aquarius. He's going to be going into, which is interesting, into partnership and commitment. So when Mercury gets on top of your sun, you're going to be thinking maybe there's someone out there. And for you, it's not so much a person as much as an organization. So I would highly recommend you connect to, and I got chills with that one, so I know that's dead on, Mercury on top of the sun, then on top of Venus, because you have them at the same spot in the 8th house, within 2 degrees of each other. So it's time to really connect to your soul group, so to speak, because that networking is what's going to help you. All right?
Okay.
So look for
Without
that
panic, okay. Okay.
business organization or someone. You need your people, and you have to connect. You can't be alone. It's just too difficult anymore. It's like, I know personally, I've holed myself up in the house doing my work, and now it's like I just need to have people who are like-minded there for me. And once you set the intention, it's not, oh, okay, I'll try to do that. It's like, no, this is what's happening. You're the one who creates your life. Just make it happen. You set the intention and live as if it's true. Period. Okay? That's your slap on the face.
Okay.
Make it happen.
Really quick before we
Sure.
wrap, I always thought that Saturn in the third house had to deal with like siblings and family and like more intimate community and not really about money. I always thought the second house was about money.
Okay, well, I have a porphyry chart, and in my chart, your Saturn's in the second house at the last degree within 14 minutes. So it's right on the cusp. But in the type of chart that I do, it actually is in the second house at the very last degree. So it also means that there's some kind of energy. You came into this life to kind of fulfill the energy of your father, and you see, in a way, your life purpose is to manifest what your father may have set out to do.
Oh, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's part of your life purpose. Pardon me?
So that's deep. That's very heavy.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever he couldn't do, I need to fulfill that. That's what you're saying.
and I think that you were very excited to do it. And I think do you have children?
Not yet.
Okay, well, that's also a possibility as well. Jupiter on your Saturn in Leo. But Saturn in Leo can be difficult. Again, it's kind of, it's almost like an Oprah Winfrey where she's kind of mother to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
There's like this energy. But, Sagittarius on Neptune just outside of the fifth house, just going into the sixth house, there's also a possibility. But I think if you have someone, it's probably, again, going to be an international thing. You're going to be traveling. You're going to be going to other countries. So, if you do end up with children, it's going to be probably what's the word? It's not social. Like
multicultural, multi-ethnic.
Yeah, cultural. That's it. Multicultural.
Okay.
Listen, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. So, okay.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's move on to 734. Hi, 734. Who is this?
Hi, it's Diane. This is the first time I've called, and it's nice to meet you, Shelley.
Oh, nice to meet you, too. Let me get you a card here. And is it two N's or just one?
One.
Okay, great. And what's your birthday?
I was born at 5:35 a.m. on 8/1/53.
Okay.
Leo.
Yeah, the way I input this, you said you were born at what time again?
5:35 a.m.
35 a.m. And where?
Toledo, Ohio.
Okay. Yep. John Denver had a song about Toledo, Ohio. Probably should have mentioned.
That was years ago.
It was. I love John Denver. Okay, so what can I do for you today?
Well, my question is, I'm going to be going through a divorce. We've put it off for years, and we just need to finish it. And so I just need to know what months would be good for me, and, if it says anything about my finances, that would be cool.
Okay. Well, Mars is at the last degree of your house of joint finances and legalities, which is your divorce. And so it doesn't surprise me, but I'm pretty sure that once Mars goes into Aries and then Venus joins them, you're going to be like, okay, it's time. So pretty much like next week is as good a time as any, because then Moon and, well, probably not Moon by next week, but Sun will be in Pisces in joint finances on Neptune. So that means like there's kind of it can be one of two things. It could be like an ideal situation, and the only thing with that is if you file and then when Neptune goes retrograde, there are going to be like illusions are shattered about finances, that kind of thing. So you don't have to file next week, but knowing Neptune is in the house that rules joint finances and legalities surrounding the joint financial state, that's going to be part of it one way or the other. You might want to wait until March, until Sun goes out of that house, and then it's more likely that you can come to a conclusion, instead of like wishy-washy. I think, the Sun in Aries in a fire sign is going to make it go quicker. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. If you want to go slower, definitely do it in Pisces, the Sun in Pisces. But Mars in Aries is going to, the drive is going to be that you want it to go quickly. And if Venus and Mars are conjunct in Aries, which is going to be Friday, it'll be like, let's get it done. So the only thing slowing you down would probably be ego and emotion at that point if you keep the Sun in Pisces. So if you wait till the Sun is in Aries, then I would honestly wait probably until the Sun is in Taurus, which would be the end of April. Because then it'll be the Sun will be past all of the fighting, because Sun on Uranus is going to be a power ego struggle. And if you get Sun in Taurus, it's more about the pragmatism, and then it's more clear of all of the battling energy.
Okay, so you're saying till after the end of April would be better?
Probably, yeah, for you. Mm-hmm.
Do the finances?
Pardon me?
Do the finances look better then?
Let me look. Yeah, at the end of April, Jupiter goes forward, and then he's moving towards your Pluto in your first house of life change. So Jupiter is major life change and shift, and it's the planet of fortune. Definitely you're going to be going through a big identity shift this year. Jupiter on your Pluto in the first house is pretty big.
When is that?
I can tell you exactly when it's direct, and it's going to probably be in like June, July, I'm guessing, by how fast he moves. Hang on a second. Okay. So he has to get to 22 degrees of Leo, and that's going to be July. So July 4th, so 4th of July through the 8th is the exact hit of Jupiter on your natal Pluto. So that's kind of a shift to a new creative you. Again, Leo rules the father. If there's some energy of your father, that's probably part of this shift and transition, that you've been projecting a certain amount of your father onto your identity, and so it's going to be shifting. And I think that you're going to be shedding whatever you've been holding on to at that point. And it's going to come to light more. And I think maybe, the relationship with your ex was, he was a father figure for you, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's wild. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, please call back and let us know how it goes, or, shoot me an email, too, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to try and get to you, Skype caller, real quick. I've got less than a minute, so what can I do for you?
Hello, my name is Dee. I think you have me in the system, and I want to know what this moon is going to trigger for me.
Okay, D. Oh, I don't have you under that. So would it be another number or a different name?
You have me under a 207 number. I used to call in.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, great. Yeah, that'll work better. Okay, I'm just trying to get my computer to... Oh, there you got it. Okay, I'm going to thank everybody for listening live, and anybody in archive, you'll get to hear the rest of the show.